Black women are experiencing hair loss at an all-time high. At least that's what it looks like. We're talking about thinning edges, we're talking about the crown that has hair loss, we're talking bald spots, and even permanent hair loss where we can't grow hair back. And it looks like today, hair loss is more than it's ever been. But the question is, why? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about some factors that have contributed to why hair loss is big right now when it comes to Black women. So stay tuned and we're going to get right into it. So welcome back on Miss LA. Welcome back. Today's video, we're going to be talking about why Black women look like today we're experiencing at a higher rate of hair loss, right? So a lot of you out there may be experiencing hair loss, and it looks like the whole Black women community is experiencing it. But the question is, why is this happening more today than it happened in the past? So let's get into it. So there's a lot of factors that go into why hair loss is at a high rate today, okay? So the number one reason is a lot of times, and I want to say this too, it's not just a one reason, okay? There are several things that play a factor, and it's not just one thing. I know a lot of times we hear, oh, it's in my family, my mom has it, my dad, this is why I probably have hair loss. But there's a lot of other things that you may not know that contributed to your hair loss. So this video, we're going to break it down. So one of the main things that I see on a daily basis is tension hairstyles. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but that's number one, okay? Tension hairstyles play a major part, okay? And we're talking hairstyles like braids, we're talking lace fronts that's put on incorrectly, we're talking about crochet braids, we're talking about any extensions that's pulling the hair that you have there. Some of those hairstyles could be what you call protective styles, like your quick weaves or any other styles that involve any adhesives and things like that, right? Why these contribute to your hair loss? Back in the day, so again, 30 years I've been doing this, what used to happen that's different today is you didn't wear the styles as long as you do now. Tension is happening because of the long periods of time you're wearing these hairstyles, right? Are braids fabulous? Yeah, I'm not saying don't get any of these hairstyles. Y'all will never hear me say don't get these hairstyles. What I am going to tell you is stop wearing them so long, okay? Now, in the end, we're going to talk a little bit more about why you shouldn't wear these styles this long. And what is causing for you mentally and your mindset of what is starting to happen now. And then now you're passing this to your children, your daughters, your nieces, you're passing this down to little girls everywhere, okay? And then now we're creating a repeated cycle. So we need to break the cycle, okay? So tension hairstyles play a major part. So what's happening is, I know we laugh about the edges of our hairline, but this is where our baby hair is and our very fine hair. And if we're putting a lot of weight, even though it's a skinny braid, if it's extended down, it's actually causing tension, right? Lace fronts that's put on incorrectly and it's put onto our hair when it's not protected underneath. Crochets when we're using those tools and we're pulling and yanking through the hair. All of these are not bad hairstyles if you don't wear them so long. So we need to shorten the time that we're wearing these styles, because this actually is really contributing to it, okay? So another thing that's causing a lot of hair loss today is what's called CCCA. So if you've been to the doctor, you've been diagnosed from the doctor, they'll probably tell you, because this is a Black woman alopecia, okay? And they'll tell you have CCCA. CCCA is where the skin or the scalp, it actually scars over. This is where the follicle is completely destroyed, okay? Meaning every hair follicle that you've ever supposed to have on your head, it won't come back. Okay, if I just keep it plain, it will not come back. It's totally destroyed. So no treatments, no anything, unless you're getting hair transplants. Those will be probably the only thing that will work at that time. Scarring alopecia, how you know you have any type of scarring alopecia is if the scalp is really smooth and is really shiny. So if it's at this place, it cannot be reversed. So a lot of black women are experiencing CCCA today, okay? I see it on a daily basis. You probably see it in some of these videos that's behind me. A lot of these ladies have scar and alopecia, okay? So you're probably asking, well, how do I know if I have scar and alopecia, and can it be reversed? If it's caught in time, yes, it can be reversed. But if we do not check it out or find it in time, then we cannot do anything about it. There are other solutions that we can recommend for you, but it cannot be reversed at that time, right? So this leads me into the next thing that I see happen a lot. Unfortunately, a lot of you are going to dermatologists who are not knowledgeable on the black woman or the black scalp, right? So they are not able to give you recommendations or things that you need to do for your scalp, or it's not recognized as what's really going on. Perfect example, I have a 12-year-old right now, little girl. So this goes back to me saying what you are doing right now impacts and affects your children, right? So I have a 12-year-old right now. For years, it was thought that she has dandruff, okay? And it was only treated for dandruff, to find out later that it's a more severe scalp condition, okay? So long story short, this poor young lady who's 12 years old has almost complete hair loss at this point. So can you imagine how you feel as a person who's experiencing hair loss? And this is a 12-year-old who's in school right now, who has to go to school, and she completely almost has no hair, right? And this is nothing about the parents. This is dealing with being misdiagnosed, right, for dandruff, and that's not what it was. So for all that time, she was being treated for dandruff, and that wasn't what it was at all. So that's what's happening too with a lot of people experiencing hair loss, especially black women. Not only are you getting misdiagnosed at the doctor, but you're self-diagnosing yourself. Go to the doctor, you guys. If you start to feel your scalp burning, itching, we know this is not normal. If it's flaking or is sensitive to touch, you need to find a dermatologist, or people like me, who I'm a certified hair care specialist. Find people like us who we can look at your scalp. We actually at our clinic look at your scalp under a scope, and I can see what's going on with your hair follicles, with your scalp, and tell you what's going on. So what happens, not only being misdiagnosed, okay, or self-diagnosed, we're not getting diagnosed at all, okay? We see it happening, but we overlook it. I need y'all to look at it, okay? I need you to pay attention. When you're wearing these styles, and we go back to the tension hairstyles, if you feel any pull, if you feel any pain, if you feel anything like that, that stuff is not normal. I know y'all just paid $300, $400, $500, $1,000. I don't know what you're spending, but whatever money that you're spending, if your scalp actually talks to you, you know. Your scalp is telling you things. If it's hurting, it's telling you that this is not normal, okay? And I don't want you to feel like, and that's another thing when it comes to our culture. That's another thing. Pain is good, you know what I mean? Pain is a positive thing. Pain is not a positive thing, especially if it leads to permanent hair loss, like some of these ladies y'all see in this video. Okay, if you are experiencing hair loss and now you have permanent damage, is the style worth it in the end? The answer is absolutely not, right? So that's what I see a lot. Misdiagnosed, self-diagnosed, and then we're waiting too long, you guys, to get some type of treatment. Stop being cheap all your life, okay? Because now it's costing you your hair for the rest of your life. Stop being cheap. Stop trying to ask the wrong questions. Find out who you need to come to, people like myself, certified haircare specialist, or find your dermatologist who specializes in African American scalps and hair. Okay, it's that simple. Another thing that contributes to your hair loss, believe it or not, we teach here, and this is the absolute truth, hair growth, you guys, is not just topical. So that's why castor oil, this oil, rosemary water, this rice water, all this stuff is not going to be your only solution. Okay, you can spray and sprinkle, spend $1 million on this stuff, and if the internal, we teach that hair growth actually starts from the inside out, not outside in. It's inside out. So a lot of times it's not just only medical conditions like me. I have a thyroid condition, but guess what? My hair is still on my head. It's not supposed to be. right? And that's another video. Watch my video when it talks about believing that my hair could grow, and it really, it is, okay? And I have clients who are just like me. They believe and it's actually happening. But what's happening is on the inside, the body is missing. As we get older, y'all know who you are. I don't do a lot of vitamin D like I used to when I was young. Remember, we go to school, get your free milk, you know, drinking vitamin D. How many of us are drinking or have vitamin D a lot in our diet? And I'm not talking about a multivitamin that has a piece of a vitamin D. I'm talking about a complete vitamin D. We're drinking vitamin D milk. We're not. We're doing 1% milk, skim milk, this milk, but nothing vitamin D. So the body is lacking vitamins. A lot of times is what's causing hair loss, right? So it's the lack of vitamin D. A lot of us are low in iron, okay? So you're anemic, you got low iron. Iron is important, vitamin D is important. And then a lot of us are going through hormonal changes. So because of the imbalance of your hormones, that affects your hair loss as well. And then believe it or not, and I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear it, but this internal, when I'm stressed out and I'm worried or I'm thinking about things, whether I'm thinking about a project I have or surgery or a life matter or just work, I can't stand the people who work there or where I work, that's creating what's called internal inflammation. Okay, stress causes inflammation and it causes inflammation to happen of the scalp. So it's happening inside, which affects what happens outside when it comes to the hair and underneath of how the hair grows, believe it or not. Okay, so we have a lot of things that's contributing to it. So we just talked about it. It's tension hairstyles. Y'all have heard me talk about this before. It's the truth. And it's not just the tension hairstyles. Remember, it's about how long you're wearing the hairstyles, right? It's about misdiagnosed, okay? We're going to people who don't understand our scalps. We're self-diagnosing. I looked at YouTube and I look like I got traction alopecia. It looks like I have dandruff when I really have something more severe. Go get medical attention or come to people like myself who I'm a certified hair care specialist and I can look at the scalp and tell you what's going on, okay? That's another thing too, is we're not doing preventative measures, right? We see that your hair is coming off. You can see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see that the hair is coming out and you do absolutely nothing about it. You know what you do? You get a braid style that's going to cover it up. We don't want to cover it up because if it's right here, it's just going to keep going back until finally it's permanent and there's nothing you can do. Not one braid could even be put on your head. So I need y'all to take action. I need y'all to take this serious because what's happening, I just told you, I have a 12-year-old. Your actions now are actually passing on to our little girls. They're passing on to our little nieces, okay? They're passing on to little girls everywhere, okay? I need y'all to do what you need to do and make sure hair is staying on your head, right? So when I'm looking in the world today, it's so many black women who are losing their hair. And I know y'all think, oh, it's because it's in my family. It's not. A lot of it, believe it or not, is self-inflicted. Self-inflicted means I kept these styles on for 6 months. I kept these braids on almost a year. I hear people talking about dreadlocks. I kept them on for many years and I never shampooed my hair. Self-care and hair care and scalp care is important. If you bathe your body, please bathe the scalp. If you will, we're going to say bathe the scalp. I don't know when we thought that this was okay to not take care of the scalp. Okay, this is important. So we want to make sure, and these are some of the things that's contributing, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that so you know that there are some things that you can prevent from happening. So how, LA? How can I do this? Don't wear your braids so long. I don't care how much money you spent. At the end of the day, that money means nothing when we don't have any hair. So stop thinking about the money part. That's the problem. Think about the health part. Think about how do I keep this on my head and wear braids at the same time? That's what you should be thinking about. So what are you suggesting, LA? Wear braids a month or two. Okay? 2 at the max. Let me tell you what needs to happen with these tension hairstyles. And this is a cultural thing. So I want y'all to know that. This is cultural. Our culture has trained us now that we should wear these styles at long periods of time. I'm 30 years in the game. When we used to braid people's hair with relaxers, by the way, y'all are natural getting braids and your hair is coming out. How is that possible when people wore relaxers and got braids and their hair never came out? Because they did what we instructed. Take these braids out in 30 days. Take these braids out if they hurt. Take these braids out in 2 months at the max. And y'all did it. Nowadays, nobody's educating you. Unfortunately, you have stylists out here who can do hair. That's what they do. They do hair. And y'all love how they do hair. She do braids. She do a good job with braids. She in the kitchen. She in the garage. She in the whatever she in. What y'all don't know, and I'm going to educate y'all on this, a lot of states have released their licenses, meaning they don't have to have licenses. A lot of these braiders that y'all go to, they've never gone to cosmetology school. And let me tell you why that's important. Cosmetology teaches you about the health of the hair and the scalp. This is why they tell y'all to come with y'all hair shampooed, because they don't have a license and they don't have to. This is the state and the boards that have regulated this. The boards did this, right? So because they've regulated this, these people don't have to have licenses, but they do a great job. I'm not knocking what they do. Y'all see them on social media and you're like, ooh, you know, Jane do great work with the braids and it's fantastic. But guess what she can't do that we do? Educate you on what to do with your scalp. So this is what I tell my clients, because I just had this happen. Come to me for scalp and hair treatment and then go to your braider. I don't care that we partner like that. I have a guy who has dreadlocks, who has his own loctician, but he comes to us for treatments for his scalp. That's all you need to do, you guys, to keep it healthy. So still get your style and then keep the scalp and hair healthy. That is what's important. This is why a lot of black women do not have hair. This is why you don't have hair on your head. Because we're not caring for the hair and the scalp, misdiagnosed, self-diagnosing, treatment for things that you think it is and it's not, tension hairstyles way too long, and then the internal body is not what it needs to be, okay? Any amount of stress causes hair loss. I don't care that you don't want to hear that because it sounds so simple to fix, but you're not fixing it. Kids getting on your nerves, work getting on your nerves, you stressed out in your marriage, relationships, whatever it is, all of that inflammation affects my hair. I've had my hair come out twice, so I know what I'm talking about. I worked at a job that I hated. I loved what I did, but I didn't like the people I work with, and my whole body broke out into hives. Our bodies, including the scalp and hair, tell us when we're in trouble. It tells us when something is wrong. We just need to listen. That's what we don't do. We don't listen. My body broke out so bad, it looked like internal chicken pox, right? I went to several specialists. Nobody could figure out what it was. But when I finally left that job, it all went away. But my body was signaling to me that I needed to do something. So in the midst of that, long story short, my whole body was inflamed from all the stress and all the pressure I felt from going to that job. Even though I loved my job, I just didn't love the people I worked around. Right? And then my hair came out twice. Later, I found out I had a thyroid condition. I had so much stress in my life that it affected my thyroid so bad that they had to take it out. Right? And then the hair loss fell out again. So that's how I ended up getting into this. Right? And this is why I can tell y'all what I'm telling you. Once I brought my stress levels down, which was by quitting that job, number one, okay? No amount of money is worth our health. No amount of money is worth my hair coming out. Once I left that job and got to a wooside place, all my hair grew back, and as you can see, it's still healthy today with bleach and with color. And I have no thyroid, which if you look that up, people who have thyroid conditions, y'all know our medication is supposed to take our hair out. I'm proof that it won't if you believe and you do the things that you're supposed to be preventative of hair falling out. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. I hope it kind of shed a little bit of light on what is going on when it comes to hair loss. So here soon I'm gonna create some other videos where I'm gonna break each one of these down separate, where you can kind of we can hone in on these tension hairstyles, being self-diagnosed or misdiagnosed, and y'all make sure y'all go get stuff checked out. If your scalp is itching, burning, it's telling you, hello, help, I need help. Okay, go get help for it. Come to people like me, certified hair care specialist at the LA Experience Hair Care and Wellness Clinic here in Dallas, or find your dermatologist in your area. And if you need help or guidance, I can always guide you guys. I do virtual consultations. I don't care where you live. Virtual consultations, I can give you guidance on what to do even in your own city. Okay? I can help you. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope this helps. But yes, Black women's hair loss is definitely on the rise. And the goal today is we need to get it down. Do your part for you. This is not for anybody else. And remember, the little girls are watching you. So whatever you're doing, wearing braids 4, 5, 6, 8 months, now the babies are doing it, and now they're in our clinics. Okay? Keep them out of here. We don't want them here. We want them to learn the right way, okay? And we want to teach you the right way. So keep watching my videos. I appreciate your time. And thank y'all so much. I hope this video has educated you just a little bit. That's usually my goal. And if you need more from me, you can always go to our website, thelaexperience.com. And then you can click on consultations, and I can see you in person or virtually. Thanks again, you guys, for your time. I appreciate you, and I will see you on our next video. See ya.